Welcome to Deaton Street, the podcast where two friends talk about their creative pursuits because no one else will listen. I'm Dustin.
And I'm Zachary. On this episode, we're going to chat about the channels that have inspired us to start making our own content.
I'm walking the streets of nowhere. I'm playing the game with no regrets. I'm crawling out from the gutters. Cloud in the joker's all you get.
So just going to go ahead and put this out there. It's 12 minutes into this recording. And that was the first take that I got through that. So it's like a huge pat on the back for getting through a sentence. Jeez,
Oh, man.
Louise.
That was hilarious, by the way. The first 12 minutes of this trying to get it done. Good Lord.
To see me struggle if that was hilarious for you.
Oh, absolutely.
That's fair. Yeah.
After you called me out getting the intro wrong, then Mr. Struggle Bus over here.
I think the problem is the confidence, Like I think if I didn't come into stuff like this with so much confidence, it wouldn't be as funny when I crash and burn. But the fact that I'm like, man, you can't say instead of the, and then I can't say my own name. And anyways, we don't have to dwell on this, Dustin.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about some of the channels that inspired us to start making content, whether it be, audio visual content that we're doing now, some shorts. We've both done some kind of like smaller videos and stuff like that. I do want to start out this podcast by saying that when I came up with this prompt, I texted Dustin and I said, let's do like two YouTube channels, and maybe one old channel we've been watching for a while and a new channel that we found. And then Dustin yesterday hits me with,
Well, I told him that I had a list of channels, but it'll make sense in context. I'm not going to dwell on those channels.
That's fair. Okay. I don't want to dwell on that either. I feel like there's been 12 minutes of dwelling on stuff. So why don't you start by hitting us with your list to begin with?
Okay, let me pull up my document because I'm a prepared boy today. Okay, so my YouTube channels that I'll watch, that I've been watching for years, they kind of, I'll go with like early days of me watching YouTube. Stuff like it was more of your Let's Play type content. So people playing video games and commenting over them. So the Game Grumps, Markiplier, Hermitcraft, like all those guys in Hermitcraft. It's a Minecraft series. Then midway through, whenever I started getting into more of your vlogging era, Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon, Matty Hapoya, people like that. And then it evolved into like filmmaking, and really honing in on like your camera, the settings, like setting everything, doing different shots, different techniques. I started watching a lot of like video essay style content videos. So like there's a channel called Studio Binder that I really like. They drop an episode every Monday in the morning. So I usually watch one of their episodes on the way to work. And it's from how to format a script to what type of character would you want to, write or whatever. Your different story structure, like all kind of stuff. It's super informational. It's basically like a film school on YouTube. You can go on Studio Binder and find a bunch of stuff. Their website's pretty awesome too. Another one it recently is Danny Gevertz. Yeah, Danny Gevertz. He is a filmmaker. He's a director. He just dropped a short film. I should have gotten the name of it, but it's been around he just put a video up talking about his year-end deal. And that film has been in several different festivals and won several different awards. It looks really good. It's not out yet, but it's going to be out, eventually. And then another one that has to do with like different film techniques, different film effects, different things like that. It's called Film Riot, and they'll show you how to do VFX. They really like the Halloween stuff, making people look like they're zombies and, laser beams from their eyes. So it's really cool. But I mean, I've watched all of those eras of YouTube
right
since I've started watching YouTube,
So let me hit you with this, because I want to dig down into, I want to pin you down to two, right? I want to know what the channel was where you watched it and you said, I kind of want to do this, and I think I can do this. Like, they made it look so easy that, or not necessarily easy, but made it look attainable or achievable. What was that channel for you that kind of put that little spark in your tummy?
So, Game Grumps. Game Grumps very early on was that channel. All of their stuff at that time was Let's Play. They would play through video games. Two guys, they're hilarious. And they wouldn't have any face cam. It was just the gameplay and them talking over it. So obviously that's very minimal effort.
Yeah.
As long as you have your audio is solid, then, and you're at least decently funny, or try to be decently funny, which we failed at. Me and my brother tried to basically replicate that.
Yeah.
But that was easily attainable.
Yeah.
But that springboarded into, I got a camera and eventually.
Right. I think for me, that first channel that I watched that I thought, I could do this. I kind of want to do this. It's interesting to me. I didn't get the whole YouTube thing until grad school, which is really like a late blooming thing for most people that watch YouTube. Most people that watch YouTube grew up on it. I didn't start watching it until grad school because I had a little bit more time during the day in grad school and I'd play video games and watch YouTube. It's Good Mythical Morning with Rhett and Link. They're like the YouTube dads. They've been doing it for a very long time. The evolution of what they've been doing is really, it's kind of amazing in a way, because YouTube is a medium that people burn really, really bright. And then a lot of times they fall off. I don't want to mention the name of the YouTuber, but if you watch YouTube, I'm sure you saw a thumbnail of a current documentary about a YouTuber that was absolutely massive, and then fell off, and is now, even though they have like 4 million subscribers, they get something like 1,000 watches, which is not normal. So maintaining that type of success and evolving over the years, like Rhett and Link have done, while also kind of balancing the cyclical nature of YouTube. And what I mean by that is the cycle of, you find the thing that works, that gets you the most views. For Rhett and Link, it's eating stuff and being weird about it, like playing games and eating stuff. So they balance that, where they still do that every single day, 5 days a week, right? But they balance that with
their
like
content machines, man. It's crazy.
It's a whole company. They're professional YouTubers in like the business sense as well, where they have a full staff, a full studio that they're taking care of. I can confidently say they probably have insurance coverage for all of their employees. Like, it's a real operation.
Yeah.
But they balance that cyclical kind of, you have to do it to keep the lights on type of content with weird, just creative weirdness that they put out. I mean, I think every time they come out with a video on the Rhett and Link channel, I blow your phone up asking you to watch it so that we can discuss it, because it's
so good. their personal videos or like their channel's videos.
Mm-hmm.
It yeah, they're ridiculously good.
And I watched that, and it's crazy because when you watch content, or at least when I watch content, I put myself in someone's shoes.
Yeah.
Right. If I watch two people, I'm either Rhett or I'm Link. That's just the way my brain works.
Which one are you and which one am I?
That's exactly where I was going.
I think we've had this discussion before.
We have. I think I'm Rhett. I think I'm Rhett way more than you are, because I think that I am a little bit more. He kind of gets in his head, and he's a little bit more of a know-it-all than Link is, and Link's kind of there to have fun.
Link is chaos incarnate in a lot of their videos.
He is a lot. He's a lot of chaos too. Rhett can get there too. You just have to push him. My favorite videos are when Rhett loses his mind. It's just, but it also kind of reminds me of when I lose my mind too. It's like, I'm pretty even kill. I'm pretty even kill. I'm pretty even kill. And this like crazy demon comes out of me if you push me too far. Kind of like Rhett. But would you agree? Are you more of a, or do you see yourself in Rhett too?
I don't know. I probably am more Link than Rhett, but like Rhett in some kind of ways, you know? But definitely more Link, especially in this dynamic, you know, that we have. You're definitely more the Rhett. I'm more the Link.
And that's where I was going to go with this, is that when I saw that, the first person that I thought of, and this isn't yesterday, this is years ago. The first person I thought of was like, oh, I could do that with Dustin. So I don't know if that's just like a side effect of us living together for so long and kind of going through the ups and downs of living with each other. More ups, far more ups, but there were some downs too. Yeah. And just being like, yeah, that's a guy that I wouldn't get mad if I, you know, made a joke, you know. I don't know. It's just interesting.
You think, you think about like where Rhett and Link came from, because they were, if I'm not mistaken, they did like music like way back in the day before YouTube. Yeah. And so like they've been doing stuff together, whether it have been in the church that they were going to or just in general. They have been creative together since forever, you know, like I think since high school for them, if I'm not mistaken.
High school, middle school, somewhere in like there, they've been kind of like a duo, and we don't have that shared experience. There's actually, you and I lived together for 4 or 5 years, somewhere in there.
3.
Just 3?
Just 3.
Okay.
Because I started college in 2011, and it was 2012 is whenever we moved in, and then 2014 is whenever I moved out.
Okay. So
about 3.
Okay. Anyways, we lived together
like
for
a lot longer.
Yeah, it feels like a really, really long time. But
yeah,
we lived together all those years. I had been played in bands that whole time, right? Play guitar, I sing. You had played drum set, not necessarily in bands, for like ensembles at your church constantly. I don't think we ever played drums and guitar together once.
No, I think, no, I don't think we have.
Which is insane. We lived in an apartment with drums and a guitar together. We never, I don't know why. It's weird.
I don't know. I think I know why. You didn't like the way I played drums.
That's not true.
I
like the way you play drums. I've always told you I like the way you play drums.
Yeah.
I think part of it probably is you not wanting, this is fair. This is not a criticism of you. I think part of it is you not wanting to hear me tell you what I think the drums should sound like.
That makes sense.
Because I would.
Yeah.
And it rightly so would probably annoy you. So
I don't know. Yeah, it's a shame that we never actually jammed, even if it was like, just playing around. Like, okay, anything goes, whatever. Because I think it'd have been pretty solid. Yeah,
it's just a weird thing, like that dynamic of like Rhett and Link worked together since they were in middle school, and we kind of lived together. Both were creative, but we're like, no, don't, you're not.
Well, we did do creative things together though, because like you would come, uh, what was it? We had, uh, it was like the little, I guess like SoundCloud or whatever deal you were trying to do. We did like the usual 449,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just those little music tracks. You basically did majority of the work,
Mhm.
but like I'd go sit in the room and, hey, what do you think about this? And da da da. We
Oh
go back
yeah.
and forth and
Well,
massage some tracks.
you've always been that. Like, I think
Yeah.
both of us kind of have always played that role in each other's lives where if I have something that I've created and I want an honest opinion about it, I'll
Mhm.
give it to you.
Yeah.
If I want a nice opinion, I'll let my mom listen to it.
Yeah.
But if I want like an honest opinion of like, hey, I like this, that maybe doesn't work. Why don't you
Yeah.
try that type of deal?
I've always told, so like, not to offend anybody that's friends of mine that watch this or whatever. But I've always told like my mom, it's like, yeah, thank you for, liking my video or whatever. I said, but your opinion really is like lower on the bar for me. Uh, it's by default, you're going to love it because you're my mom. You guys are going to like it because you're my friends,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But like I've always said, there's like 3 people that I'll send stuff to
Mm-hmm.
get a good, honest opinion.
Mhm.
You, and then 2 other of my buddies.
Yeah.
And if they watch this, they will know who they are. And I'll send it. I was actually talking to one of them today or yesterday. He was like, I watched the pod. This is kind of what I was hearing. I said, okay, I'll check it out. So
What was he hearing?
I think it was just like an audio difference between the 2 of us. I need to
Oh,
go.
okay.
I need to go back through and double check balancing and stuff like that.
Nice.
But nothing crazy.
Okay.
He was just like, I don't know if it's my ears or if it's like really there. Can you check that and see? I was like, yeah, I'll take a look and see.
I like
But
that
yeah.
though. I like the honest opinion that comes with the caveat of like, but it might just be me. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's how you and I communicate a lot. We'll be like, I don't know about that, but it might just be me, So
Yeah.
it's like, if you don't change it, you're not going to offend me type of deal.
Yeah, no, not at all. But yeah, I always say that. It's just your opinions, they're different layers.
So
So
it's interesting. You talk about your mom, and her opinion of your stuff. There's been some stuff that I've made, like songs that I think my mom didn't like as much. And that made me like them more, like if you get too edgy for your mom to like it, you're like, all right, cool. I'm pushing the boundaries.
yeah, my mom by default loves everything that I do. And I'm like, thanks, Mom. Love you, Mom. I know you're watching. Thanks.
Yeah. Love you too, Mom.
Absolutely.
I think I start like with a grade of 100 with anything, like before she opens the file. And
Yeah.
usually it doesn't get any lower than like an 89. But I think
Yeah.
sometimes in high school, I'd make some weird off the wall stuff. Like I made like a rap song one time. And
I didn't know about that. That's funny.
hey man, not a lot of people
Cool.
do, and not a lot of people will.
Well,
Stay
they do
in
now.
the files. Well, they're not going to hear the song. It's going to stay in stay in the old files there. But yeah, no, I think that was like a 60 for her, which I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I pushed
Sweet.
that.
Yeah, I'm a rebel.
yeah, exactly. Anyways, so that's like that was the thing that made me Rhett and Link back
Yeah.
to that. That's the thing that made me think that I could do it in some capacity.
Yeah.
Not saying
Now-
we're Rhett and Link.
Do you ever see yourself making as much content as they do, or like the different facets of content? Not necessarily, maybe not on the scale, right? So like GMM is a huge
Yeah,
company. They have several different channels with several different themes and blah, blah, blah.
it takes a long time to build to that too.
Oh, absolutely. They've been doing it for over 20 years,
Yeah.
like as long as YouTube's been alive. I think YouTube started in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. I think they started
They were
in 11.
they
I
were
think.
pre YouTube actually.
Oh, they were one of the ones that had their own website.
They had their own website, or they were sharing somewhere, and someone took it off of their website and put it on YouTube, and that's how they discovered YouTube. They're like, oh,
That's right.
someone stole our video, and it's getting a bunch of
That's
views.
right.
Yeah.
I think I watched that in what is it? Anthony Padilla's sit down interview with the both of them. I think the same thing happened with Smosh as well. Kind of.
So if could I ever see myself doing that much content? I don't know. I think it's an interesting question because it's like I can't predict the future. You know, like we both have full-time jobs right now. It's gonna stay that way. I'm not quitting my job anytime soon.
No.
I enjoy the content that I'm making on the side. You know, all the stuff we get to do. I'm loving this, getting able to talk to you.
Yeah.
If you snapped your fingers and you said you get the income that they have, but you have to put in as much work, and you're doing 5, days a week. Sitting right now, I'd say yeah.
Absolutely.
But 3 months into it though, I might ask for my old life back. You know, it's one of those things that you don't really know what you have. There are other creators that I would rather model my workload after. So you're Mark Rober, right?
Mark Rober. Yep.
Does a really good video once a month.
He's so good. All of his stuff is fantastic.
There's Peter McKinnon, who is a fantastic photographer that has been really inspiring me to want to get on the road and do some stuff, and I have some plans for next year because of that. But he does not put out as frequently as they do, and I think he's doing just fine.
He used to.
Did he?
Whenever
he did vlogs,
he started, he vlogged a bunch. So he started, it was maybe 2019 or so. Blew up in a year. Like, I started watching him midway through him, that first year, and he exploded within a year, dude. Was number one guy for photography and video tutorials and all kind of stuff. I actually watched him a lot for editing, camera settings, different stuff like that. But now he's a few years into it, or several years at this point. But he's definitely slowed down, like you said. But he used to pump out videos, dude.
Yeah, I think that if I had to choose between, making less money and doing less content, I think I'd probably try to always find that balance. Just because I don't know that it feels like having to come up with that much content would be really, really difficult.
Oh, absolutely.
But I guess they have a whole team that's doing it,
Yeah. You have like a writer staff essentially doing that.
So, I mean, what about you? Like if you could snap your fingers right now and create your scenario in which you're creating anything you want, any type of content that you want, you're working as much or as least, or, you're working as much as you want. What would that look like?
I probably wouldn't be on the scale of GMM, but I would love to have like a production studio essentially that would for outside people, if they wanted to, do a podcast, shoot a video, like have like multiple different sets kind of set up, but as well, like alongside all of that, like do my own stuff, whether it be like narrative filmmaking or like, I don't want to say higher budget, but higher quality, like commercials for people.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It's nothing super crazy, but yeah, I would definitely like to have my hands in like all kind of stuff.
So you'd like to kind of do both. So for me, I wouldn't want to do commercials. I don't think, I wouldn't really want to, I like the podcast that I produce now, but I don't think I'd want to branch out further than that. I don't know. I think if like my happy place, or like the place that I dream about that I probably wouldn't like have actually got it, but I dream about it now, is like travel, not vlogs, but travel videos with a purpose. Peter McKinnon does it perfectly, right? But going someplace, driving someplace, and taking a video during that,
What about another guy that I had been watching here recently, Luke Forsyth or something?
Never
I'm gonna have
heard
to
of
look.
him.
He's a documentary filmmaker.
Oh yeah.
And right now he's up in like the Arctic. Do you find yourself craving something sweet, cold, and made of the softest snow you've ever seen in your life? Well, you're in luck, because us here on Deaton Street know of the best place to go. Snowbees Express, located in Jennings, Louisiana, is the #1 spot to stop for all of your snow cone, soft serve ice cream, and soda on shaved ice needs. They're open year-round because here in Louisiana, we sometimes only get 1 week of cold winter days per year. So come on down to the Red Train Caboose. Yes, you heard that right, a literal caboose, located in Jennings, Louisiana, 420 Roberts Avenue. Currently, they're open 1 to 5, Monday through Saturday. You can find them on Facebook as well to book a party. Just search Snowbees Express and reach out. That's SNOB' Express.
Oh, no.
Shooting. He's like run and gun. Like he's legit. He's good. I think you'd enjoy his channel because he's got a lot of different things that are like from all over the place.
I'm sure I would love it, but if you know me, you know I ain't going to the Arctic.
Oh, I don't want to go anywhere cold.
I
stay in Louisiana.
Yeah, I'm going places you can drive. I don't like flying. I'm pretty sure you can't get to the Arctic on, my wife.
No.
My wife talked about wanting to go to Alaska the other day. I'm like, what's in Alaska? Ain't nothing in Alaska.
Sure, there is.
You got to take a small plane to get to some places in Alaska. They don't even have big planes there, just the small planes.
I think at that point, I would straight up do it. It'd be like, you know what? It's it.
In a small
Let's
planes,
go.
bro?
Yeah.
You ever read, what's the book? Hatchet or whatever it's called?
I've
The Gary Paulson?
I probably have read it. Yeah, I probably read it in school. It's been forever.
Read that in like 3rd or 4th grade?
Oh, where he basically, it's like Castaway, but from a plane, essentially, kind of.
Yeah. I mean,
They wrecked the plane.
They're in like Alaska or Canada or something. He gets in the plane with an old guy, just him and an old guy, just some kid.
Yeah.
Which, what are we doing? What are we doing letting kids get into planes with old guys?
It was different back in the day.
I guess, but like, here, son, get into this plane with this 80-year-old. Anyways,
You're right.
80-year-old has a heart attack in the plane, crash landing. My guy has to survive out there by himself. Awesome book, but it told me I ain't getting in one of them planes.
I'm never flying again or ever.
No, I'm only flying if there's a co-pilot. If there ain't if I'm the co-pilot, I ain't flying. Ain't happening. So
I would totally do it.
yeah,
Totally do it.
I have a lot less sense of adventure than you do,
but
which is
think
why I'd
about
be
it. It's
terrible
like-
at that.
But think about it. It's like, man, dude, if once you get to that place, the footage that you could get would be nuts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've thought
Would
of
be
just like
so cool.
just going to Yellowstone, getting like a crazy
yeah.
long lens and just going to Yellowstone and sitting out there. I've watched quite a few videos of, I think there is actually one of the video series I watch is just a Yellowstone photographer. And he's just out there looking for grizzly bears.
Nice.
Looks amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I have, I don't know.
It's impressive what location will do for your video. Cause like you can have like a video concept and it'll be good. Like the story will be there. But like, I mean, you can have some sweet scenery and like it would pump it up. Like, and I don't want to keep referencing my short film. It's just the most recent thing that I've done. But like the second half of it is at a camp on the lakefront, right? If I wouldn't have shot that there, it would have been so different.
Yeah.
So more different.
Right.
So yeah, I just think like, man, if I can go cool places
Yeah.
and just get some cool video, that'd be awesome. But
That's kind of the thought. I mean, you and I have talked about it, and I guess I'll talk about it here so I actually do it. I have a video idea that involves a cool location driving out to West Texas that I'm hoping to do in January. That's kind of the thought is, even though I do live in a beautiful location, it's like I kind of want something to inspire me that I haven't seen before.
I'm definitely in that boat right now. There's just nothing. It's all the same monotonous life currently, you know. But there is a beach that's down at the Gulf of Mexico. It's an hour and a half from here, so it's not crazy unattainable. And there's a bird sanctuary down there as well that you can go and walk in the woods area or whatever. And I have an idea for a video out there. I just need to pull it off.
Okay.
But yeah.
So you and I have been texting about it. I have you on the pod. This is recorded. I guess you edit and produce this so you can cut it out. So you have that power. But are you committing to my little 2024 challenge idea? 1 video a month on our own channels. Keep each other honest. Minimum of 5 minutes. 5 minute long video.
Minimum of 5?
Yeah. I think that's very reasonable.
Yeah.
Has to be longer than 5, but one video can be anything you want. We just have to post a video. Even if you just sit down and talk to the camera for 5 minutes because, it's the last day of the month.
I'm doing this because Zach is holding me up to a standard.
Sure.
And I need to make this happen.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. 12 videos. We're doing it. You heard it here first.
I need to. I had planned on doing that a couple years ago. I think or maybe a few before I started film school. I was going to make a video every month. Boom, boom, boom. And life, whatever, excuses, blah.
Yeah.
It just didn't happen. But now I should not have any excuses.
It's very easy for me to push for this because I haven't done it. You have, if you look at our YouTube channels, our personal channels, you'll see 3 videos that are like 1 minute long on my channel, and you'll see quite a few very long videos on his. So I highly recommend checking out his and all the work that he's already done before I start pushing him next month.
Mine, if you reference back to the list that I gave, and I didn't include this point earlier, I forgot to, but like my channel reflects those YouTube channels that I watched over time. We played a bunch of Minecraft. We played through the free games on PlayStation Network, and did the Game Grumps Let's Play stuff, and then got into the vlogging with Casey Neistat and Peter McKinnon, and then film school. So all the cinematic or like video essays and stuff. So yeah, all of my stuff goes through like its eras. Just a lot of the old stuff's really bad.
You did it though. I mean, this is, I'm sure this is another little segment of me pumping you up, but you deserve it. Like I watched all the YouTube and I said, "Ooh, it'd be cool to do that." Tell my wife before she was my wife, when she was my fiance, if I win the lottery, I'm just going to hire Dustin, and me and Dustin are going to start a content creation house here in San Marcos, which if I do win the lottery, I'm still going to do that. But you did it and I didn't. So, I mean, major props to you. It took me getting into a podcast. And honestly, I mean, shout out Kef. I don't know why I said his name like that. Shout out Kef. If you're watching this, he's the one that was like, "Dude, we got to get you a real camera." And I got a real camera and I caught the bug. But if he wouldn't have said, "Dude, we need to get you a real camera," I'd still be running around with my ZV-1, not doing anything that I'm doing right now. Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Kev.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think it's cool that you have like almost like a timeline of what you're into,
Dude, I had to, one of my classes, I had to do a film reel, which I didn't, a lot of the stuff that I had, I wasn't like too much of a fan of, but putting it all in like a chronological order, just pulling from different videos and watching that back, it was a little emotional, cause it was like, man, cause it went from those first little videos that I did of like the pointless conversation videos up until, not my short film, but like some of the later stuff that I did. And you can see the progression, of quality it is. And that was just like, whoa, well, okay, I'm doing something.
It's a muscle.
I'm moving.
It's a muscle you have to work out.
Yep.
You know, I've had a much shorter journey than you have, but it's been an intense journey.
Yeah, you're pumping iron, bro.
Yeah, right. But going back and watching the Baylor video, which was the first game, which was a huge win, and now going back and looking at the video that I just did, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
There's just it's not to me it doesn't even look like the same person made these two films. So I get it, man. That's just emotional for me in that little short span of time. So
yeah. Watching your videos play back, you know, from doing just the podcast, right? Just you know, when now, and then seeing the cinematic recaps of the games. Like, you're the only reason why I've like slightly kept up with Texas State football.
Fair enough. You have no connection, you know.
I didn't go there. I'm not huge into football. Like, I won't go out my way to watch it, but if the game's on, I'll watch it. But like riding the hype train that is Texas State football right now through your videos and through like all that stuff, it's like, dude, yeah, I wish I was there.
It's been a long journey, you know, for all Texas State fans. So, but it's just it's just an incredible year. It just happens, you know. So it kind of everything lined up for that to happen. That being said, if they would have lost every game this year, I would have every cinematic recap out. You know, win, lose, or draw, we're going to do it.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
it's just the added benefit of that. That setting, that good backdrop, you know.
I won't lie. I do text more people about the recaps when we win. You know, like,
well, I mean, it's hype, you know.
My family gets the ones where we lose, and then like everyone else gets the, you know, my family and everyone else. All right, so I said 2. I have one more. You broke the rules because you brought a whole list.
I did.
I broke the rules because one of mine isn't YouTube, and I didn't decide on this until last night. So, and you don't know about this either.
I have no idea what you're about to say.
Do you want to guess, or do we want to not waste time on you guessing?
Is it,
it's not something I'd normally watch. It's out of my normal.
It's not YouTube related.
It's not YouTube. It's not YouTube.
It is streaming on another platform.
It is
it's streaming.
Yeah.
I would have to say my guess would be, and I can't remember the name of the movie.
It's a series. I'll give you that.
Then it's not
series.
that. Then
yep.
It's not that. I'm thinking of the one that's like a conspiracy behind like what is it? Social medias and stuff like that, or like being on your phone a lot or something. There's a doc that's on Netflix or something, but I can't remember what the name of it is.
That sounds like something I'd watch.
You'd enjoy it.
I need to look that up. So last night on a whim, I say last night when I got off work yesterday, I started a show on HBO Max or Max, whatever they've rebranded to, called Scavenger's Reign. Have you seen this?
I have not.
So
I haven't. I've never heard of it.
I hadn't either. I just happened to see it. So Scavenger's Reign, is a animated series. It is about a group of space explorers that take a diverted path and end up crashing on a planet. Quite a few of them die, but they get split up. So there are 3 different storylines throughout on the same planet.
Okay.
But one storyline is one person by themselves. Another storyline, it's, in the future, space exploration. So the other storyline is one person and a robot. The other storyline is 2 people. So the thing that inspired me and the juxtaposition that I saw between YouTube and this, that I'm not getting a lot because I watch way too much YouTube, is just an individual character's interaction with their environment. Not speaking to camera. not saying in this video, I'm going to take 3 cans of Coke and smash them against the wall. You know, none of that like YouTube. YouTube is, as soon as you open the video, you know exactly what's going to happen, exactly how it's going to end. And then you just kind of watch the 10-minute video to see, you know, oh yeah, cool. I know exactly what's going to happen.
Yep.
Watching Scavengers Reign last night, I was sitting there like glued to my computer watching it because I had no idea what was happening or what was going to happen. And I had a bunch of theories, but just the mystery of seeing one person not talking, but doing, and it's animated and interacting with their environment. So good. Highly, highly recommend. It's pushed me to, you know, that video that I'm going to do in January, where me and a buddy are going to take that trip. I'm really going to try to include segments where there's no talking. There's just interacting with the environment. There's just like that mystery of, well, what are they doing? What is going on? Instead of having to know a narrated, you know, everything that you're doing in every second of the video, like YouTube is, you know.
That's interesting because it's like, it plays with, it plays with the idea of lingering on a scene without having any dialogue or anything like that. The one thing that I could think of that's like on YouTube, referencing back Casey Neistat, Van Neistat, his brother, has its own channel or whatever. Super good. It's really creative. But I believe he did a video where he was trying to do like a commercial style video or whatever, but he was running, right? So he's running down, or maybe it's Casey. No, I think it's Van, because I don't think Casey would do it. He's running down like a gravel road kind of thing, and it's like 15 seconds worth of silent running. That's a long time for YouTube, where you have to grab people's attention in 1 second and keep it there the entire time. He took 15 seconds of silent, and you could just hear the crunching of his shoes running in the rocks. And eventually, gradually, like a track faded in on the back end of it, and it went into the rest of the video. But, you know, he talks about that. In an interview, he said, I like the idea of lingering on something for an extended period of time with just silence. It's different, you know.
I think that's powerful. I mean, you know, we're going to be making YouTube videos and creative videos this next year, as we've just committed to. But I think that as we talk to each other about how to beat the algorithm and how to follow the formulas and things that we already talked to each other about, I think that we should, or at least I'm going to, on at least one of my videos, make something where the viewer goes, what did I just watch? What just happened?
That's kind of what I lean towards.
Which is
terrible for an algorithm.
The algorithm,
You know.
it's good content.
Yeah.
Stuff people should watch it, but the algorithm is going to hate it.
Yeah, it is going to be pushed, you know, whatever. I never did really like the idea of like an algorithm and all this other stuff. It's just like to me, it confines you to a certain structure of, you know, content that you have to put out.
Right.
Whereas it's like, it's like art is subjective. So it's like, this is an art form. So I want to do what I want to do, and don't force me to do something. That's just my hot take, you know, on that or whatever.
Is it,
but
is it the algorithm's fault or is it the viewer's fault? And not necessarily the viewer's fault, but does the algorithm say more about where we are as a society, like our generation down, you know, that wanting something to happen quick?
Yeah. Ever since they started doing, and this is just like my humble opinion, nobody probably agrees with me, I hate shorts.
I knew it. I knew we were going to talk about. I hate
shorts. I watch them all the time.
bro.
My friends, I'm sure, are very annoyed with me because
like
I will
shorts.
send Instagram reels like crazy. I watch them. Has it killed my attention span for longer form videos? Absolutely.
Mm.
Do I think it's killing the attention span of everyone else for longer form videos, for more artistic videos where you can linger on silence? You can do that. Yes. Unfortunately, that is a huge market right now, and everybody watches shorts because it's what is it, serotonin or whatever. Not a It's a dump. Essentially, you're getting a reel. That's funny. Next one. That's funny. Next one. That's fun.
It's instant gratification, which is the phrase I
Yes.
couldn't figure out last week, is when I was trying to say I have a problem
Oh,
with
yeah.
why I bought the bookshelves.
Yeah, it's the gratification.
I don't think so. This is where you and I differ. I agree that shorts and reels aren't the greatest thing in the world. I agree that they do in a way kill creativity. They're also there's a lot of copying in reels and shorts. It's you see the thing that's trendy. I don't like that personally, even though that I've contributed to that. If you look at some of the shorts we do on When Hour Get Bent, some of them absolutely are trendy. And guess what? The shorts are the ones that get the most views on When Hour Get Bent, because you can watch it in 30 seconds and then watch it twice. Or I don't know how I feel about that, but I think it's not the problem of the shorts and the problem of the algorithm that is making us have short attention spans. I think we are feeding the shorts. I think it starts with us. And these are businesses, so they're like, oh yeah, cool. If I can get you to watch an ad or see this product placement in 15 seconds.
They got their line out there, and then we bit, and then they're oh, we're pushing shorts now.
But I think it says a lot about us as a society and where we're going.
Yeah.
I think it's technical. Anyways, all of that being said, I've decided here on this podcast that one of my videos of the 12 that I'm making next year, one of my videos is going to be 5 to 10 minutes long and will have no spoken words in it. Not one. I'm not going to say a word. I'll be in it.
Okay.
I will not say a word the whole time. And there will be a narrative. Things will happen, but no words.
I think that I might try and do that too, and
Okay.
see what kind of story we can tell with those silent, videos essentially.
Oh, there's
no dialogue.
I'm sure mine will have music. I'm sure mine will have ambience. There will be no dialogue. Yeah.
No dialogue.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that was really pushed. Don't rely on your dialogue to tell the story. Because then it's don't tell the audience, show the audience. I really had to work on that. As far as script writing, that was tough, because it's how do you show the audience what the character's thinking? Through facial expression, through their actions, or they're gonna. I was actually watching one video today, and they were talking about dialogue is it's how the character's feeling, not actually what they're saying or whatever. But they said that maybe somebody will say, will tell their friend that they're going to go outside, but then not go outside. So then you can see that character is either lazy or a liar or blah, 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 just subtle things like that. It's they're not holding up to, what they have said. So it just kind of plays into that idea. But yeah, a dialogueless, short would be, I think it'll be pretty challenging.
Not short, right?
Well, I say short, like a short film.
Okay. Yeah. I was like,
not
short's
a
like a
short
minute.
film.
I want to go 5 to 10.
Yeah.
Do you want to set a month? Because I got January booked, but I could do it in February, because I don't want you to go first and me see it, or I want to kind of present our films to each other kind of deal.
Do you think you'll have a video ready with those parameters by February?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You have to think too that I kind of cheat and do this already a little bit. The recaps when they're sent to Kev for narration, they have nothing. So I'm trying to make something that is a story without the narration. But I think this is going to be a challenge because I do want it to be an actual story, and I'll have to do some acting, which I don't do. So, but yeah, no, by February,
that'll be fun. That'll be fun to watch. You do acting. Knowing
me and the things that I'm already thinking about, I highly doubt my face is on camera. I bet.
Really?
I bet it's something along the lines of, you know, the style I went with for my little coffee video, you know?
Okay.
See what I mean? Like stuff like that, like environment, interacting with environment. It won't be like my coffee video, but it'll kind of be that style where you see my hands, probably my feet, that type of thing. I already have ideas. I don't want to talk too much. Yeah.
You're gonna pull what's Hardcore Henry, where it's like FPV. You'll have like your like a GoPro on your chest.
I do have,
and like you'll see like the first person view of the guns and everything running around. Yeah.
Maybe so. Yeah.
I don't know.
I
don't know what I'll do. I'm much more of an overthinker about content than I need to be. So we'll see if I can actually pull this next year off.
No, you're going to. So. That's the good thing is you're going to pull 12 videos off because it's going to, because it's good because it pushes us both the same way. Or it pushes us both, but in different ways is what I'm trying to say. It pushes me to actually do the dang thing because I haven't done the dang thing yet, really. But it pushes you to not spend so much time doing it.
Yeah.
You know you can put out good quality stuff. Can you do it in a month? 12 times.
It's so tough filming by yourself, of yourself. Oh, it's so tough, dude. It's so tough.
I'll report back. January is not going to be hard. January is with a buddy of mine. That's going to be really fun.
Well, and you kind of have it fleshed out too. You know, you shared a little bit of like the idea of the video with me.
Yeah.
And I think it's, you'll be fine. It's going to work.
February might be a tough month, but it could be fun.
Yeah.
It could be fun. Well, I think we did the dang thing. Episode 2.
Did we hit our time mark, or did we go over that time mark that you had?
I think we said 40, and I think we're right at it right now. I think we're going to be around 40, 45 minutes.
Nice.
Because I've been kind of watching the clock.
Yeah,
dude. So we forgot to say this last time. Please, if you watch, like, subscribe, and comment. That algorithm that we just spent 30 minutes talking about, those 3 things push the video so much further. Had someone ask about audio this week as far as like YouTube or Spotify, Apple. And I think we're just going to focus on YouTube. And I think we're going to break a lot of rules along the way with this thing, and we're going to kind of do what feels right, and we're not going to push ourselves to do extra work that we don't have to do. So find us on YouTube.
Yep. Find us on YouTube the way you can see our pretty faces, because Spotify and those others would literally just be the audio, which is fine in most cases. But I mean, come on, look at us.
I mean, look at how hard we work on this shot. You know, like, we both have like Rembrandt lighting going on here. You know, so
I got light 1, light 2, light 3, light 4, We've
spent our whole life savings on the stuff that you're seeing in this room. So please watch us on YouTube.
I am paying for it.
Please watch.
Please
subscribe.
Please like and subscribe. You know, all that good stuff.
All right, Mallett Head. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you next week.
I'll see you, babe.
I'm walking the streets of nowhere.